The dark outline of Zuma motionless on the ground sent chills down Rocky's spine. He didn't know what to do. He was shaking too much from fear from seeing his best friend badly beaten to a pulp. Rocky ran over to the half-breathing Labrador. "Zuma." "It's me, Rocky," he said, shaking Zuma. "Cough cough Walkie?" he said. His voice quiet and froggy. "Oh, thank goodness," Rocky said with a smile of relief. "What happened?" he asked. Cough A. Monster, He looked like a man, but he wasn't. Rocky's eyes widened with shock. "What?" "Well, what about that message on the wall?" he asked. Zuma grimaced as he tried to move, his whole body filled with pain. "Ag." He used Pant Wider's blood. "Coughs, that's the only thing I remember before I blacked out." "Cough, he killed them all." "Pants, all of them." Zuma's low and groggy voice was now trembling. Tears fell down the chocolate lab's face as he looked up at a worried and heartbroken Rocky. "Don't worry, Zuma, I'm gonna help." "Walkie, look out!" interrupted Zuma. "Huh?" Before Rocky could turn around, he felt a strong force at the back of his head knocking him completely unconscious. Unconscious. Rocky woke up. "Huh? Where am I?" He tried to move but noticed he was chained against a wall, but not just any wall. It was the wall of what seemed to be a dungeon. "What? Where am I? Let me go." He panicked, squirming hard, trying to get out of the chains. "Oh, my dear Rocky, no need to panic," a voice said softly and calm. "Who's there? Show yourself," Rocky yelled, stammering. He saw a silhouette of a man. But when the man walked into view, Rocky's eyes widened in utter shock when he saw the familiar face of the man, smirking maliciously at him. No. Rocky sputtered. "It can't be you. It can't be. Pierre?" "That's right, Rocky. Didn't expect it to be me, huh?" he said, still grinning. "Why am I chained? What are you doing to me?" Rocky asked, panicking. Pierre laughed. "Let's just say, you're in for a treat." Rocky's eyes went wide. What does that mean?" he asked. Pierre didn't answer. Instead, he walked over to a dark corner of the dungeon. "Don't worry, I brought a visitor along." "Lights, s'il vous plaît," Pierre said in French. And with a clap of his hands, torches suddenly lit up. Then, Rocky felt like his heart was about to jump out of his mouth. "Zuma." No. Rocky stammered. Right across from him was Zuma, laying unconscious on a torture table, chained up. "I brought him here for you to say your final goodbyes to each other. Starting with him." "Don't you dare touch him," Rocky yelled angrily through gritted teeth. "I swear, if you lay one finger on him, I'll kill you. I'll kill you." Pierre let out another nasty laugh. "Wow, that was a good one, Rocky, really. But let me ask you one question." Suddenly, Pierre's voice became demonic. "Can you kill this?" Suddenly, Pierre's eyes turned into a glowing red. His teeth became sharp fangs. His fingers became sharp claws as sharp as 5 knives. Then he started to grow. Taller and taller until he was about 8 feet tall. "Now," he said with his demonic voice, "it's time for my snack." Rocky felt his blood run cold. He had never been so terrified in his life. Pierre began to walk to Zuma and grabbed the chain and pulled it off with a swift motion. Zuma, regaining consciousness, stared in complete fear at Pierre's horrific face. No. Not you again. I thought I managed to escape you. Before you tried to eat me. Zuma's fear was now mixed with anger. My friends tried to stop, but you killed them. I managed to hide from you, even through all the pain, I still managed to escape you. I will never forgive you for what you've done. Pierre let out an evil and demonic laugh if it could kill anyone that heard it. Strong words from a wimpy pup. Pierre's smile faded. But you are the most annoying thing on this entire shitty place you call home. Go to hell. Zuma growled. Pierre laughed that nasty laugh once again. Me? Go to hell? That's a good one, Zuma, but where do you think I am from? Pierre asked with a scoff. Now, Pierre started. Time for my dinner. He started to raise Zuma to his mouth, showing his sharp and yellow teeth. But stopped when Zuma was 3 inches away from his mouth and said, "You remind me of chocolate. I love chocolate." He rose Zuma towards his mouth. No. Stop. Yelled Rocky. But it was too late. Pierre already took a chomp off of Zuma's back legs. Zuma let out a blood-curdling cry of pain and agony as blood squirted from where his legs used to be, showing ripped skin tissue and bone. Pierre. Stop. Rocky's fear was now turning into anger. Pierre was still chewing, then he swallowed and spoke. Tastes nice, but it could use a little sauce on the side. Pierre then took another bite out of Zuma, this time from his stomach. Zuma's blood-curdling yelp sent tears streaming down Rocky's face. Tears of horror and anger. Tears were falling from Zuma's face as well as he was losing blood at a rapid pace. Estee. Stop. Please. Zuma managed to yell. Pierre stared down at Zuma with a scowl. If you don't shut your little fucking mouth, I'll make your death even more painful. Do you understand? He said with pure fury. You've already gave me enough pain. Zuma said through gritted teeth but with a weak and dying voice. All right. I warned you. Pierre said. Then he grabbed Zuma by the head with his claws digging into the Labrador's skin. Zuma screamed louder than ever, a scream that made Rocky's anger rise. Pierre, stop it now. Rocky yelled. Shut the hell up, you silver little twat. Pierre said, angrily. Then, with one strong pull, Pierre ripped Zuma's head right off of his shoulder, making a loud ripping sound that sounded like paper being torn apart. Nuu. Zuma. Rocky yelled with complete and utter shock. That's what happens when you don't shut the fuck up. Pierre said. Then, he chomped down on Zuma's severed head and threw the Labrador's lifeless body down to the ground. Rocky's eyes followed the headless body of Zuma falling to the ground. The body fell on the stone ground with a loud thud. As Rocky stared down at the body, he had a vision of his parents and brother being shot and killed as a young and defenseless Rocky stared with terror, tears falling down his eyes as he hid in a tight space, hiding from the heartless, disgusting man who murdered his family. The vision ended and Rocky felt a feeling that he felt towards Zuma. Rage. A rage Rocky had never felt before in his life. You're going to pay for that. Rocky screamed at the top of his lungs. He had never felt so angry in his life. squirmed, trying to break free from the chains. After a few good tugs, he finally broke the chain and landed on his paws and stared up at Pierre, breathing and growling at the same time. You ruthless, heartless bastard. Rocky was seeing complete red. His eyes looked like they had changed from being brown to ruby red. Pierre laughed. You're so pathetic, he scoffed. Even when you're mad, you're still weak. This made Rocky's rage rise. Shut up. You killed my friend, now it's time for you to die. Pierre laughed again, but his laugh faded as he saw a green aura begin to appear around Rocky. The mixed breed's eyes now had no pupils. I warned you. Rocky snarled. If you happened to lay a finger on Zuma, I would kill you. Now get ready, Pierre, your death is going to be quick and painful. You think you a weak pup like you can kill me? Pierre scoffed. Don't make me laugh. I've had enough of your pathetic jokes for one day. And I've had enough of putting up to your evil crap for one day. Rocky screamed. Pierre then spoke, if it's a fight you want, then it's a fight you'll get. He grabbed Rocky tightly with both hands and began to squeeze him. But Rocky bit Pierre's arm, causing the monster to drop Rocky and let out a cry of agony. Arg! You bastard! Pierre was now angry. But Rocky was angrier. Pierre grabbed at Rocky again, but Rocky was quicker. He bit Pierre's leg, causing it to ooze out glowing red blood. Arg! Pierre grabbed his leg as Rocky ran towards Pierre, pushing the 8-foot-tall monster back with great force, causing him to stumble back and fall down a ravine with lava at the bottom. But as Pierre began to fall, he grabbed the floor with both of his hands, dangling from the ground, trying not to fall. Rocky walked over to where Pierre was and with a great force, he stomped his paw down on Pierre's hand. Rocky grinned as heard Pierre's bones crack. Arg! Pierre yelled, with agony. Pierre started to speak. Wait, Rocky, please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. I won't hurt you anymore. Rocky could see the fear in Pierre's eyes. It was rare for a monster to be scared, but for Pierre, it was different. Rocky lowered his head down to Pierre and growled in his face. Sorry, Pierre, but it's too late now. You already killed my friends. They were my family. I loved them with all my heart. Rocky raised his other paw and his voice. I will never forgive you. Then, Rocky's paw slammed into Pierre's skull, causing Pierre to fall into the deep bottomless pit of lava. As Pierre was burning, he said his last words. Death is upon you. And with that, Pierre sank down into the lava, leaving nothing but bones floating above the surface. Rocky stared down at the orange glowing substance at the bottom of the deep pit. Then, he felt his anger start to fade. It's finally over, he thought. Then he looked over at what was left of Zuma. He began to sob. Zuma, I'm so sorry, he said through his tears. Then he heard voices. Voices calling out to him. They were saying things like, Rocky, wake up, and Rocky, are you okay? Just then, Rocky woke up. He found himself in the lookout with all the pups and riders standing around him. Huh? Rocky yawned. Where am I? You're at home, silly, Sky said, laughing. Wait, I'm home? He looked around and let out a happy cry. I am home. I missed you guys so much. The pups and Ryder gave Rocky a confused look. Huh? Ryder said. Rocky, it's not like we were gone forever. Sorry, Ryder, I just had a strange dream. Wait, where's Pierre? Rocky asked. Pierre? Who's Pierre? Chase asked. I'll explain later, Rocky said. Don't worry about it. He then looked over to Zuma. Zuma. I'm so sorry I got mad at you while playing soccer. You were right. It's just a game and it's just for fun. Zuma laughed. That's okay, Waki. I'm sorry too. For what? Rocky asked. Getting mad at you for getting mad. Everyone laughed. I'm going to play some soccer. Wasya. Zuma said, running. Oh, you're on. Rocky said with confidence. Then all the pups had a fun game of soccer. Zuma used his Zuma-wific kick and scored, but this time Rocky didn't get angry. Nice shot. Rocky said. Thanks. Zuma said. And with that, they had a great day of soccer. Not knowing a certain man was watching from behind a tree. You may have outsmarted me, Rocky, but next time, I'll make sure that death is upon you and your friends. And with that, he let out a quiet and evil laugh. Finished reading. Death is upon us.
Geschichte. That's upon us. Und neuen Update, Leute. Nach dieser Geschichte morgen werde ich starten mit der neuen Geschichte, die heißt The Blood Moon. Wie ich gesehen habe, die wird etwa 1 Stunde und 44 Minuten sein mit der ganzen, aber ich werde mein Bestes geben, dass es ein bisschen schnell geht und kurz wird. Ich werde vielleicht auf Twitter oder auch auf YouTube euch dann updaten, wenn die erste Part wird rauskommen. Und hoffentlich hat euch diesen Dead Upon Us Geschichte mit alles Spaß gemacht, wie der Monkey's Paw. Und wenn ihr auch mehr Updates habt, dann schaut einfach mal in Discord-Channel und dort werde ich mir updaten. Ja, geil. Und jetzt werde ich auf Englisch reden. That's our end from our That's Up on Us. I hope you liked it because I have great news. Monday our next story will be on Monday. Time is not available at this time, but I'm gonna give some updates in Twitter or in YouTube when I'm gonna release the first part on the Blood Moon from Popular Horror Stories. And hopefully you like that story from Dead Upon Us and the Monkey Paw. And when you like it, then subscribe to my channel, click the like button, activate the bell to all everything, and for that's all. See you next time. Und Leute, wir sind auch im nächsten Livestream. Tschüss!